Okay, so today was the first official day of Project Me. It is November 16th, and it's about 20 minutes to 8. I'm going to try to do it about the same time each night. Depends on how the day goes. I've had quite a few people respond to my very first video, and everybody says, you know, you've got such a great personality, you should be laughing and having fun. And I totally agree. I'm very nervous, knowing especially how many people may be watching this. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what Project Me means to me. Basically, it's a reorganization of my life. And that means everything. I'm going to be changing how I live, how I think, who I associate with, why I associate with them, and everything in between. I did give you kind of a little bit of a breakdown of what that means, but there's a lot to it. There's a whole lot to it. First thing that I did today was I did a lot of organization. Doing something like this, and especially the one that's creating the program, I have to make sure that it's organized. And calling people and doing appointments and getting all this organized takes a lot of time. So I've gotten a majority of it done, and most of the people that are a part of the program are already a part of the program. I've got some really great people. I call them my support system, my support team. These people are great, and they will be mentioned, and you will see clips of me interacting with these people. One of the people that I interacted with today was Dr. Bruce Steinberg. He is my chiropractor and also the person who helps me with my nutritional stuff. He has me on a program called MetaFast. And the great part about MetaFast is that it kind of just tells you what you need to eat. For someone like me that's quite a bit overweight, you need to know what to eat, because I've spent so much time just putting whatever I want in my mouth. And so I needed direction. I needed something that was straightforward, to the point, and easy to follow. And this program is doing that for me. It does give me a 5-in-1 option, so that means one meal out of my day is something that I prepare for myself. It tells me what I can eat, how much of it I can eat, and that's pretty easy. I do keep track of all of it. I also have another dynamic of this, which is exercise. If you haven't noticed by looking at me, I'm fat. So exercising is a big part of all of this, but I can't just go out there and run a marathon. I would wind up killing myself or hurting somebody else by falling over. So I have collected a group of people over at Core Fitness Studio, which is right in Glens Falls, and they are an awesome bunch of ladies. They are going to officially start tomorrow, and I will be recording that as well. They're going to be doing a BMI, measurements of my body, and how much I weigh, all of which will be on tomorrow's evening journal. And then they're going to put me in some kind of an exercise regimen. I don't know exactly what that consists of. I've left that into their good device. So you have the exercise, you have the body, you have the nutrition, which is all being addressed. Spiritually, I have a couple of different ideas of what I want to do with that. And I really don't want to get into it quite yet, but you will be told what's going on with that when it happens. I did meet with a lady today who does spiritual work, and I'm really excited about interacting with her and learning all about what she does. You will also get to see that as well. The financial end of things, well, let me tell you, when I walked away from a job that I was getting paid pretty well for in May, it changed everything dramatically. I was working for a company that was lying to me, manipulating me, and treating me horribly. And I had to make a judgment call. That judgment call was great for my health because I was at a heart doctor, I was having anxiety problems, and I was having all kinds of issues. And when I left the job, within a month, everything had gone back to being much better. I was sleeping again, my anxiety had decreased by 2/3. But I was going from making pretty darn good money to being on unemployment and not sure if I could find a job. I was working in the transportation industry, and that's not exactly an industry right now that's seeking a lot of employment. So it's been difficult. So on top of doing this project, I am also seeking work. I've been doing all kinds of interviews and applying for here and there to do different things. So you may see parts of that as well. My husband, he works for the state, and he does pretty well for us. If it wasn't for him, we probably would have lost our home and our cars and everything else in between. So I'm very grateful for that. So, if I lose my employment at the end of February, which I will do, we will have some issues to deal with. And things that I'm learning, like this beautiful house that we live in, as beautiful as it may be, I'm not going to allow it to be the death of me either. I'm trying to let go of the materialistic things in my life, because when you hang on to the materialistic things, you have an empty sense of being. So I'm going to hang on to the things that are important. I'm going to hang on to my children, I'm going to hang on to my husband, and I'm going to hang on to myself. And I'm going to do the very best that I can to keep all of that going as well as I can. There are several other dynamics to this, and I want to give you as much information as I possibly can. But I want to do it over time. I want you to understand that this is not an easy process. It is complicated, and it's stressful in its own power. I'm hoping that once I get things more organized and start getting things going, more than just today, within a few days, I'm going to be more relaxed and be more at ease with what I'm doing, because I'm going to start seeing results in myself and the people around me. That's my hope. I've had a lot of good comments already, a lot of good feedback, and I want more. I want as much as I could possibly stand. Everybody that has given me feedback has already been very encouraging, supportive, and has given me very good pointers. I'm a very open-minded person, and I enjoy hearing what people have to say. So for today, being day one, is an okay day. I did spend a lot of time being hungry and worrying about what my next meal was. I also spent a lot of time organizing and getting things prepared for the next several weeks. So I stayed on my meal plan, I kept myself organized, I kept myself focused. So for day one, I'd say we did pretty good. Hope you all have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.